Hi, I'm Wilder Oliveira, a math and statistics tutor. Today we are going to learn how to sketch a two-variable function. So here you have a two-variable function and we will learn how to draw it here on the graphic. So it will be something, for example, it could be something like this, a surface on a space, but what is the shape of this function? Well, one technique that is used in this case is to cut here the z. So I will cut here the z-axis by a plane, by a perpendicular plane here to this axis, for example to a height 1 here, and see what will be the draw of this function here on this plane here. Do the same for different planes, for different parallel planes, and after all you connect the dots and you see what your figure looks like. So let's do that. So here let's do when z is equals to some, let's say some value k, so your function will be x squared plus y squared equals to k. Okay, now let's see what is the draw here, what is the figure here for some values of k. So for example, when k is equals 1, so let me make a table here. So let's do it for k equals 1. First of all, k equals 0, k equals 1, and let's compute here and put another values for k here. As this here is always positive, this expression here is at least 0, so it doesn't make sense to look for values of k which are negative. Okay, so when k is 0, so here will be x squared, so the expression x squared plus y squared will be this one here. Let me write here x squared plus y squared equals to 0, which implies that x and y is 0 as well, because the unique way that two non-negative numbers adding together results in 0 is when both of them are 0. So when k is 0, when you cut here the z-axis by a plane here which is the plane xy, because when you have k equals 0, you are with the plane xy, you will get here the point 0, 0. So this point here is a point of this picture here, a point of this function. Okay, so let's move on. Let's try now k equals 1. For k equals 1, we have x squared plus y squared equals 1. This here does not have just one x or just one y that solve this. There are infinite answers for this here. This here is a circle with radius 1, because remember, let me just change the color here. What is the formula, what is the expression of a circle? Is x squared plus y squared equals to r squared. This here is a circle centered in the origin, okay, with radius r, okay, with radius 0. So here is with radius 1. So let's continue. Let's turn to yellow again. So let me pick here yellow, and I will put here now 4, because 2 and 3 does not possess nice square roots. So I will move to 4, and here we'll have x squared plus y squared equals to 4, and this is a circle with what radius? With radius c. Here is r squared. As this here is 4 and 4 is 2 square, so the radius here will be 2. So with radius 2. So let's use all this information here to draw here the picture. Let me just move this here. So let's do that. 0, 0 is a point. When we are here on the height, let me put the height 1 right here. The height 1 here for z. The picture that we have here is a circle with radius 1. So in this height here we have a picture, a circle with radius 1. Something like this. I'm drawing in perspective, so in this way it looks like an ellipse, but it's because it is in the space. So this here is a circle. When the height is 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, the draw here will be, the picture here will be a circle with radius 2. Just a circle with the double of the radius of this one. So a circle with the double of the, let me draw this here, double of the radius. Okay, something like this, and so on. If we increase here, we pick a higher value for z, you will get, every time you will get here a greater circle. And if you take a value between 1 and 4, you will have an intermediate circle here. When you collect all of these circles, you will get something like this. So you are seeing that the shape of this picture is appearing here, but we need to know what is the contour of this here. The contour is something like this, a line, in which case the picture would be something like a cone, or the picture is something like this here, is more rounded. The contour is more rounded. Which is the case? In order to see this, we need to compute here what is the intersection of this picture here with the plane ZY. When you look to this plane here, the plane of the paper, the plane ZY, looking to this plane here, when you intersect this plane with the picture, we will see that if the contour is a line or is something more rounded. In order to do that, we need to take the equation for this plane here. What is the equation for the plane ZY? Is when x is equals to 0. This here is the equation for this plane ZY. Note that is all of the points where x is 0, okay? And the function, which is this here. So let's do this intersection. In order to do the intersection, so let me put it here, x equals to 0. I want the intersection of this with x squared plus y squared. Okay? F of x y equals to x squared plus y squared. Okay, so I have here, as I know that x is 0, so in the place of x I will put 0. So now I just have let me write this here, 0 y. I have here a value, a function that only depends on y. As it only depends on y, I can write this at a value of y, f of y, which is, in the place of x I will put 0, will be 0 squared equals to y squared. So I will have this function here. But this function here, we know the graph. This here is a parabola. So now we know what the shape of the contour in the plane zy is. The contour is something that follows a parabola. It is not a line. So it's something like this. So adding all these pieces together, we can now in the next page draw the final graphic. So as we see, the shape is like a parabola, and we know that in each height we have a circle. If you cut this parabola here, this picture here, in a specific height, you will get here, let me draw it, a parabola. A parabola, no, a circle, excuse me. So this one here. So this is the sketch for the function f of x, y equals to x squared plus y squared. I hope you have enjoyed this video. My classes are performed by this with the use of this tool here. If you are interested in my class, you can get in contact and we can study any calculus topics that you wish. Hope you see you next time.